What is this? What is this? Oh, guys, there's a werewolf. There's a werewolf. One Night Ultimate Werewolf is a game by Ted, oh God, I can't say his last name, from Buzzer Games. And it's kind of like Werewolf, but instead of taking across multiple nights with elimination, it all happens in one night. It means you have one chance to get it right and get the werewolf out. Aside from having werewolves and your basic villagers who are just nincompoops that just live there, you have a bunch of other characters that can do a bunch of other roles. At the beginning of every game of One Night Ultimate Werewolf, you deal out every player a card, one of the thick, nice cardstock cards that tells them who they are. Everybody looks at their cards and realizes they're either a werewolf or some kind of villager. They have to keep this secret though, because the whole point of the game is, if you're a villager, to kill at least one of the possibly 2 werewolves that are in the game. But if you're a werewolf, the goal of the game is to not die and make sure the villagers kill someone else. In addition to everyone having a card which has a secret role, there are 3 cards in the center of the table that also are face down and secret. So yeah, you know what's going into the game when you deal them out, but you don't know who got what or what's in the middle of the table. So there's always a bit of unknown. After everyone's dealt their cards and looks at their cards and remembers who they are, you put your cards face down and you put them in the center-ish of the table so that everybody will have a chance to reach them and whatnot during gameplay. And then you ask everybody to close your eyes. It's never good. Yeah. Once everybody's eyes are closed, you of course say the magical words of werewolves. Open your eyes. And then the werewolves open their eyes and they look across the table at those other beady werewolf eyes. And then the voice, whoever's leading it, says, werewolves, close your eyes. And then they say, a bunch of other people, open your eyes. And those bunch of other people get to do some pretty awesome stuff, actually, so. What order you ask people to open their eyes always depends on what characters you put in the game. You change out the number of characters with the number of players, and then you can't always have all of the types of characters in the game because of the numbers of players. So you can pick and choose. Of course, in the game there is some suggestions for starting, and I'm not going to go over all of the characters, but I'll explain some of the ones that I find are really interesting. That is giant spider. The robber picks one character, looks at their card, and then steals it, replacing that player's card with their own. So the robber is basically an identity theft, which is funny because the robber takes on the end game winning condition of whoever they stole. The tanner wants to die. The tanner doesn't like his life anymore, so he wishes to die. So the tanner wins if he dies, but if the tanner wins, everybody else loses, werewolves and villagers included. So the best part of the tanner is that no one wants to point fingers and kill the person that's obviously the one that should be killed, because it's most likely that they're playing the tanner and that would make everyone else lose. Games of One Night Ultimate Werewolf could probably go on for quite a while if you let them. But the games are short and they're quick, and that's important because this game is one of those games where, yes, there's no elimination, but it's so amazing because you want to play it over and over again because it's so quick. You set a timer, and when that timer's up, you all got to point and kill someone. Yup. But if there's a werewolf among the cards flipped and they didn't get killed, werewolves won. That's why this game is amazing. Because you lie and you cheat and you bluff and you try and outwit your friends who have known you for forever. And the best part, you play with people that you think you know, you think you've learned their strategies and you think you know how they lie, and then you play this game with them and you learn a whole new side of your friends. Let me tell you. Oh. Alright, that's not a werewolf, those are dogs, but still. Fun fact, when you go out into the woods to record yourself, make sure you're not near someone's house that owns dogs. The interactions that you get in One Night Ultimate Werewolf are fun, and I'm not saying and I'm not discrediting the interactions that you get in Werewolf, but my problem with Werewolf was always elimination. I don't like elimination games, especially elimination games that depend on my bluffing, because I'm not good at bluffing. So if I'm playing One Night Werewolf with somebody and my bluffing sucks, and I get voted off and killed, oh well, game's over. Everybody gets dealt new cards, we play another game. Because the games are short enough that we'll want to keep doing that. And who you play and what your strategy is changes every time you play based on your interactions with the other people you're playing with. And there's an app, if you have a smartphone, that's free, that has great voicing from Eric Sumner? where he does the great, you know, haunted voice and does the voice commands for you so you don't have to remember. And it's just, it's a fun game. I love playing it with a group of people. I've played it traveling, I've played it at bonfires, I've played it camping. It's great because there's no board, it just fits in your pocket. You just have to remember the rules. It's a fun game. Such a fun game. I think I'll play it now. Do werewolves poop like rabbits?
TheOneTAR!